Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bikaze and today we're going to be talking about the new 2021 Toyota Mirai, which is a hydrogen powered car, well, with electric motors on board as well. It's meant to be sort of like a luxury saloon sort of car, and it departs from the 2015 Mirai, which was introduced and had fairly poor sales really. It was introduced as an alternative to electrical power and promised to have extra range. However, it was kind of unsightly and fueling infrastructure just wasn't there. And back in 2015, you can see from the styling it kind of looked like a Prius, but this more up-to-date 2021 model looks very appealing indeed, kind of Lexus-like in my opinion. So the hydrogen fuel cells, they allow the car to be powered by oxygen and water, but there's a lot less fuel cells than there were in the previous car, which had 370, now has 330, and they also weigh, according to Toyota, 50% less, but produce slightly more power. Old figures was 153 horsepower, now it can produce 172 or up to 180 with the motors in their boosted settings. Along with that, it also has 221 pound-feet of torque with a curb weight of 1,950 kilograms, which is quite heavy, but I mean it's enough to get the Toyota up and around and have a decent fuel economy and range. Of course, the fueling infrastructure is still not there compared to like electric cars and the like, but a range of 400 miles is definitely more appealing than some competitors. Obviously, in terms of performance, it's nowhere near a Tesla, not with 180 horsepower and such a high curb weight. Still does the standstill starts quite briskly, to be fair, despite the lack of power compared to its sort of like main competitors in that price point. The materials used inside are more Lexus sort of quality rather than Toyota, meaning it's much more high-end and prestige than some other Toyota products you might find, and at that price point it's kind of justified really. And because it has its underpinnings from the Lexus LS model range, it's sure to have fairly good performance, fairly good traction and decent sort of handling, although I'm not expecting too much, as this isn't the intention of the car. It's intended to be of the future, as its namesake suggests, and it's a lot more grown up and modernised compared to the outgoing Mirai, in my opinion. Mirai is rear-wheel drive and it has 3 hydrogen tanks. These sort of tanks replace the drivetrain. You've got one under the back seats, one in the front boot and one in the central tunnel, and it carries 5.6 kilograms of hydrogen. Of the 11,000 owners that had Mirais back in 2015 through to now, only 180 or so were in the UK and about 800 in Europe, so under 1,000 across our part of the world, but Toyota intends to increase that by 10-fold. So the production is probably going to be a lot more swift this one, and hopefully they won't be such a rare commodity either, and hopefully the fueling infrastructure will be much more plentiful as well. The intention of this is obviously hydrogen fuel cells take way less time to charge than electrical motors, and this one is obviously a synchronous motor, which means that it's sort of like a mild hybrid sort of system, which will charge with the current drivetrain as well. But a hydrogen powered unit can be refueled very similar to a petrol car's, very similar times in timing actually, as sources have tested. It could also be more affordable than the old car, and the estimated prices in the UK are likely to start around between 50 and 60,000, although the markups might rise that a bit, as well as taxes as well. But obviously, like I say, if you want to buy new, buy nearly new, so it's been taken off the lot or even buy used. It's a lot more better styled than the old one, and it looks a lot more sensible and grown up and much more developed. I mean, Toyota have come a really long way, and obviously if you can use a platform that you've already got, why not? The LS is a decent car, so I'm pretty sure that will be a decent riding car too. Of course, the vehicle suspension will be pretty soft and obviously luxurious and all things like that, suitable for many of our UK roads. Of course, with it being 5 metres, it might be a bit harder to park in some spaces. That's the only sort of issue I'd have with it. I mean, it's quite a big vehicle, and I could suspect that storage will be quite plentiful as well, although it is compromised by the fact that there are hydrogen motors on board. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it informative. If you want to watch any of my other car videos, click on the links in the description or on the end screens here. Like I said, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Peace.